How's it going, my friend? Thanks for clicking into this video. If you're still watching and you actively pressed the thumbnail or the title, whatever, and chose to watch the video, I appreciate that. I understand you definitely know something about me already, or if you don't know anything about me, you might just click away already. Anyway, I just want to treat you like a friend, and I want to share with you what happened in my life over the last 2 days. So I came back to Xiangtan, Hunan, China on 11th of February, which is 4 days ago. And the first day was spent at home just catching some sleep. I felt really amazing in the morning, and then the afternoon wasn't so good because something happened. I couldn't remember what happened, but that disturbed me. I just remember that feeling. But on 13th, 2 days ago, around this time, I was here. My grandpa came to the hospital. Me and my mom came to visit him after lunch, and then I just left. It was raining that afternoon, I remember. I parked over there, and then I went to a cafe across the river in Yuetang district. It's very close to my parents' home, and I used to go there a lot. It's a nice cafe. It has outdoor area, and it also got menus like for dinner and lunch. So I thought maybe I should just go there, work on my laptop, work on the next video scripting, and I can get some dinner there because my parents had appointment with some colleagues. So yeah, I will just be on my own for that dinner. And about 20 minutes later, my friend showed up at the cafe. I didn't know he would come. I've never met him there, one of my oldest friends. And I heard his voices. He was there with some friends. After their, meet up, they got up and was about to leave. I just called his name loud, and he walked to this direction and surprisingly saw me. And then we just, had a catch up, and yeah, we smoked a cigarette outside. It felt really amazing because I feel like I do still have friends here back home in my hometown. I had more friends in the past, but now probably like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 friends, something like that. But I did feel lonely again because I haven't been back since October. And the second day I drove outside, didn't know where to go, and thought this to myself, man, I still just don't have friends. What's wrong with me? Something like that. Like, I want to meet people, I want to hang out with friends, I want to just catch up and relax and do some friends stuff instead of just being on my own or just with my family or my dog. I enjoy my time with my family, my dog, or just myself, but I just want to switch up. I don't want to live life every day the same way. So I kind of manifested that, that encounter was unexpected. He showed up, and then I was so happy. He was there with some friends, but they were talking about business. They were all dancers running different dance studios in different cities. They came back for the Spring Festival. So they met up there, talked about their career, their business, all that stuff. I didn't participate. I was just there listening because I'm not in the same field, and I just don't know how to interact. I don't have to, and I didn't. So and my friend invited me to just tag along for dinner, and yeah, I went because, as I said, my parents got dinner appointment. So I went there. The dinner was alright. The food was authentic Xiangtan local food, like spicy, oily, greasy. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I'm a Xiangtan people, so but it's been a while since I had those kind of authentic Xiangtan cuisine. And after dinner, my friend said they're gonna, hang out at a bar. Yeah, again, he said, you should come. At first, I wanted to go. But then I also thought, man, these friends, I don't really know them much. And we already spent like the last an hour or so without really talking to each other much, without really getting to know each other's name even. So I guess there's no point to like spend more time with them. I'd love to spend time with my friend, but he's gonna be with these people, so I might as well just go back home. But then my friend told me he's gonna take his son, to an amusement park, indoor, like kind of like a sports center for climbing, all kinds of stuff for kids. And then I thought, oh, okay, I'll just go with you, and then I'll decide if I go to the bar later or not. I met his kid, who's already 10 years old. Yeah, it's so fast. Like 2016, I remember that night I met his kid for the first time, newborn, just a few days old. And now he's already like in grade 4 in primary school. He recognized me, he knows my name, but I changed, my appearance changed, and he grew taller. I could recognize him, Yeah, and then I spent about 15 minutes there, just, talking with my friend's dad was there, the kid's grandpa. And then I recorded a video outside, just sharing what happened. And then I realized I should just bring my dog Dollar home first. And then I'll just ask him to pick me up at my place so we can go to the bar. I didn't have to drive again. Like, my friends drive too, so we don't have to like drive 2 cars there. And then on the way back my place, I felt kind of sleepy. I thought, oh man, I shouldn't go. I should just go back home and sleep early, like usual, And then as soon as I got back home, I realized, oh man, I thought I wanted some change, right? I wanted to have some fun. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to like live life a little differently. Just, the Spring Festival holiday, just why not? Let loose. So I texted my friend. He came to pick me up, and then we went to the place. But we didn't go to the bar first. We went to a yoga studio where I met a new friend, Tan. I'll call him Tan. My friend, his name is Kang. Yeah, I'll just call him Kang. Yeah, so my new friend Tan is a yoga instructor. And at first I didn't have a good impression of him because he talks a lot. Like, he's kind of, restless and loud. And by the way, we all spoke Xiangtan dialect when we were together because we were all from here. We have our own dialect, unlike the Mandarin, which make us kind of, I don't know, like different identity. And so while they were talking at the yoga studio, I just set up my tripod with this camera. I recorded my daily meditation practice there because later I might be more tired and didn't want to do the meditation practice when I get back home. So I might as well just get this done right now. And 30 minutes just passed like that, They played some hip-hop music. Yeah. I forgot to mention the yoga studio is not like the typical modern yoga studio, clean with lots of mirrors. There were no mirror in that room. Instead, there were, I don't even know how to call it, like a shrine or something. Not shrine, but like Buddha temple, like a Buddha temple. There's statues of Buddhas, all kinds of Buddhas. I don't even know their names. Guan Yin, all kinds of Buddhas. It made me feel like I walked into a temple, and that's what he was trying to build. A temple. and he got like speakers on the other side of the room. Like it was like a rectangular shape, the studio. It wasn't big. It was like just a room size. I don't even know. Like maybe yeah, I have no idea. Like it's not that big, but it would contain 10 to 15 people probably. But only 5 of us were there, 4 or 5. So I just sat there, meditated for 30 minutes, and then we went out. The bar was like only a few storefronts away next to the yoga studio. So we walked there. And yeah, my friend, I forgot to mention, my friend actually had interest in me. He said, let's talk, because he was talking with some other friends. They already know each other, probably for some time. But me, first time meeting, and I told him what I do, where I live, all that stuff. And I also practice, as he can already see, like I practice meditation daily. Yeah, so he invited me to have a conversation right before we headed to the bar, but I declined because my impression about him wasn't so good. I honestly just want to get to the bar and hang out with my friend, because I got my meditation routine finished. I can hang out with my friend. I can let loose. I can maybe drink a beer. I don't know. I didn't plan to drink when I got into the bar. But yeah, then at the front door of the bar, the friend just asked me. I don't even remember what he asked me, but we just started a conversation very smoothly. Yeah, at first I didn't want to talk to him much, and then later I realized he's quite similar to me in many sense. Just 1 year age difference. We had very similar path. He lived abroad for about 6-7 years in Japan. He left China for the first time at the age of 18. I left China to America for the first time at the age of 19 and came back 24, 25. He as well. And he has a lot of, different experience. Like we didn't have like completely different, like same life course, but in many sense, I just feel like he kind of like me. I kind of like him. Yeah, so we connected. We just sat out there, talked. I just had a much better understanding of him as a person. I got more interest in him. And then we went inside because the bar was kind of stuffed. And as a matter of fact, the owner didn't plan to come that night. Because it's almost the Chinese New Year. He didn't really care about business much. He just wanted to rest, maybe hang out with his family, do some stuff. My friend knows the boss, knows the owner. He calls him, tells him that I'm gonna hang out with some friends. Will you open later? And the owner was, very nice guy. Just came, set up everything. He even lit up the furnace. Maybe it's called furnace or not. Like, the woods making the room warmer. What do you call it? The furnace? Yeah, it's hella cool. So at first I didn't want to be inside because the yoga studio was really hot. Like the heat was on. So I stood outside with my new friend Tan, talked a bit, and then we went inside. And then my friend Kang asked me to join them, like just talking with them. And then the vibe was completely different after that. And I showed them my videos. I also played some other videos on YouTube. We watched together. And then we started getting to know each other a lot more. We shared lots of interesting stories about, our life or our, partner, our friends, stuff like that. And my friend turned out Tan. He made some songs, some hip-hop songs, like the old school type, it's like boom bap, something like that. I don't even know the genre, but he's definitely influenced by the rappers in Beijing. I definitely can see that in him. Insan. Yeah. So he also was very heavy on reggae. I think he likes reggae a lot. Yeah, but now he's a different person. I didn't get the chance to ask him what was the transition, what happened. Yeah, that made him choose this path that he's working on right now. But yeah, we just listened to his music. I just was shocked. I was so impressed by his talent. Yet he doesn't. I don't think he cares about external validations. He didn't even put on like the major platforms like the Wang Yuying on the Chinese Spotify. He did put on YouTube and only got like 30 likes, 30 views, and 1 like. And that music video, yeah, I really like it personally. And then we had a very deep conversation after that. The owner of the bar joined us, just 4 of us. We talked about life, we talked about love, we talked about control, how the world is, either controlling or being controlled, the relationship between people, the nature of politics, the nature of love. It was more like a debate because my friend Tan is a Buddhist, and my friend Zhi, brother Zhi, is a bit older than us. I think he's in early 40s. The owner of the bar is an atheist. I don't think he's atheist, but maybe let me see. 无神论者. He doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in any higher power. So they had a kind of like a debate, but it wasn't like very aggressive. It was more like conversational. And me and my friend Khan was there as well. We were all listening, also talking, asking questions. I just felt surreal. How come I was there like at 2 a.m. having this kind of extremely philosophical, interesting discussions with them? Brother Zhi shared some perspective I've never heard before. He said, life is made of 4 colors, I think, if I translate directly: black, white, gray, and time. Time is one of the colors. If you put time, life can be turned into different color. Like yesterday, it was probably black, and then you can become white. I definitely need to do some research on a perspective like that. I think it's very interesting. It's a different frame of thinking. What else did we talk about? We talked about human nature. Brother Zhi offered some scenarios for us to think about. If you got all the resources in the world and everybody else doesn't got anything, if they want something from you, what would you do? Or if you like have 4 people at an intersection doing rock, paper, scissors, and while they were all thinking to get to the home. It's more like metaphorical. It's not the actual home, but they couldn't get back to home. My understanding is like, even though we all want the best for each other, yet the outcome wouldn't necessarily be the best for all of us. We could not reach the same destination, even we have the purest, best intentions. And that shocked me. That's really true. And we talked about God, religion. My friend Khan, I think he's kind of Christian, but he also told us that he's not like the pure, I don't know, like the die-hard Christian. He doesn't practice Christianity on everything, but he does pray. Like before he showers, he would kneel down on the surface and just pray. And he often has the vision of a cross on mind when he prays. Something like that. He would just calls on to the higher power and give him power, direction sometimes. And Brother Zhi pointed out, you are not really talking to God. You are talking to the God version of yourself. And I really believe that is more the case. Because we're really talking to ourselves, on our head, on our minds. We're not talking to anybody. Because Brother asked him, would it be different if you pray out loud or just quietly on your mind? Would it be different if God is real? What difference would it make if you pray out loud, if you shout out loud like this and that? Would God be able to hear you more clearly, and your prayer would be responded better compared to silent prayer? And probably not, if God is real, if God is everywhere. I think this is probably my first time talking about God in my video, maybe. Yeah, I thought about this a lot in the past, but after I read Yuval Noah Harari's books, The Sapiens, and my views about religions has kind of formed a shape. Religions and everything else, like politics, morals, love, integrity, all that stuff were just fictional. They were fictional stories made up by some other humans, some older humans, some passed away humans. And that's so true. To me it's true. Maybe to, someone who believes in God, it does not sound like acceptable. Anyway, we left the bar around 3:30, maybe 4, and went to a rice noodle restaurant for a typical Xiangtan rice noodle with 1 egg. Yeah, I got the noodles though instead of the rice noodle. It's harder, it's more chewy, I like it more. Anyway, I went back home, watched some Epstein's interview. I learned that guy is very smart. I don't feel comfortable calling him like genius or just brilliant because of his intelligence or whatever, because nowadays his reputation is so bad. and I certainly don't favor his deeds, but his explanation about finance, money, just politics made sense to me. Yeah, I found the interview fascinating. I think just one of the recent leaks, it's an hour long or something. It was very raw to me. He said lots of things that wasn't meant to be shared, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, man. Should I continue sharing? Maybe, yeah, why not? Since I don't really mind people watch this or not, I just want to use this as a practice. So on 14th, I stayed up until 5, got up at 9:30 the next morning, like 4 hours later, feeling energetic, and I had some breakfast, went out with Dollar to a park, to the Muyu Hu Park for a run. However, I only ran 0.88 kilometer, not even 1 kilometer, because I bumped into a circle of people. They caught a giant fish, a fish that is like 1 meter long. I've never seen such giant fish with my real eyes, ever. And it was caught in the pond at the park. It was unbelievable. If I didn't see it with my real eyes, I wouldn't believe it. I would say, oh, that's AI. If you show me the picture, that's huge. It's like this tall. The man was carry the fish back to his car. It was heavy. It was like a 6-7-year-old kid, like this tall. Like the head was like huge. Yeah, I don't know the name in English of the fish species, the genre, species, but in Xiangtan, in Mandarin, 雄鱼, 大头鱼, big head fish, if you translate directly. It's one of the most, common dish in Xiangtan. And yeah, that's a good sign, I would say, because in China we believe in auspicious sign, like fish is one of them, because 鱼 is fish, 鱼 also is surplus. Yeah, with different meanings. It has same pronunciation. And so people would say 年年有余. It means year after year you have a surplus, you have abundance, whether wealth, resources, and yu is like a symbol of surplus. We all wish each other to have a surplus, have abundance. So yeah, because we are approaching the Chinese New Year, you catch a fish like that size, that couldn't be a better sign in China. So everybody was in a great mood because we all saw it. We would just get, naturally happy. We feel lucky. I caught my girlfriend and she also showed her mom. We were all really amazed by how giant that fish was. And my mom also, I caught her. And then I went back. I planned to take a shower, but one incident happened. My dad, I think he went to charge the car. He drives an electric car. And then some minutes later, he came back. He didn't come back. He stopped the car at the garage, the basement garage gate, because the security guard didn't let him in. He just walked out, left the car, came back. just like that. He just left the car at the gate, blocking the entrance. All other cars cannot be in because of the car. Let me explain why. My parents had paid the rental fees for the basement garage spot for only some month. January, they stopped paying because they found a different spot for a cheaper price. And then that spot became unavailable because the owner of that spot, who's our neighbor, bought a new car. So he needs that spot back. So we didn't have a spot anymore. But somehow my parents just heard some other neighbors say, it's okay to park in the garage and you don't have to pay. When you go out, you just honk. Keep honking. The security guard will let you out. You don't have to pay. Because if you are not monthly or if you didn't purchase a spot permanently, then you are going to pay as a visitor. For 6 hours, 6 yen, RMB, 6 RMB. For 12 hours, I think 12 RMB, something like that. Every 6 hours, 6 RMB more. So if you park the car in the garage for like a night, you pay 12. And my parents just never paid in the last months. And the security guard actually talked to me the night before, told me about this, because they knew it's our family's car. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I felt so embarrassed and told them I'm going to talk to my parents about it. I was just asked them to find another rental spot and stop doing something like that. It's unacceptable. But I didn't get the chance to talk to my parents before that happened. So I rushed outside. When I saw my dad came back, left the car, I took my mom downstairs on a different elevator because my dad was on his way back. We didn't want to, bump into him because he would stop us. He was infuriated. He even recorded a video in the car of the security guard and asked the guy, I'm coming back home. You're not letting me in. This is my right. You are wrong. Something like I imagined. I didn't even open the video because I don't want to get disturbed. Because my dad has a very annoying personality. When he gets mad, he say mean stuff. I just don't want to listen to that. The security guard didn't have any fault. I can promise you that. But my dad would accuse the security guard of stupid, something like that, So we rushed downstairs. I ran to the security guards. I apologized to them. I told them, excuse my dad for his behaviors and words. He's a person like that. His personality is like that. I'm so sorry. We all handle this. So they were fine. They knew us because we lived here for like 4 years now, or maybe 5 since 2021. So we get along really well. Just my dad, he doesn't like security guards. He just feel like these people just get paid and do nothing. He doesn't deserve his respect. They don't deserve his respect. And I don't agree with that, of course. I believe everybody deserves respect. My dad started calling us. I knew he would just say something really mean to us. Like, how can you move the car? Something like that. Like, why would you interfere with this? Just let them handle this. Let the car be there. Block everybody. Something. Yeah. We didn't pick up the phone. My mom's phone is also in my pocket. I turned our phone to airplane mode. I just talked with my mom for like 3 hours downstairs on the grass field. And yeah, just some deep conversation between a mother and son. I couldn't be happier that we had a conversation like that. It's been a while since I left Xiangtan last time. We didn't have opportunities to communicate. The sun was out, by the way. Yeah, I forgot to mention. The weather was even better than today. It was sunny, clear weather, clear sky, blue sky, warm. I couldn't be happier being out. Even though that instant happened, I talked to my mom because I wanted to help her. She needed to deal with my dad mostly. She lives with my dad, right? I didn't have to deal with my dad all the time. I can run away. But then, yeah, just I talked to my mom. I comforted her, making her understand that it's not her fault. It's also not my dad's fault. He got some personality flaws. Everybody does. And we shared our visions for life, for the future. And I just couldn't be happier that we could talk like that intimately. And then, we went upstairs. I showered Dollar really carefully. It's been almost 3 weeks, yeah. Because the pet shop was all fully booked before the Chinese New Year. Everybody wants to get their dogs cleaned, showered. So I washed Dollar myself, and my mom helped a lot. She blew her hair, her fur dry, while me washing my dog's clothes, mattress. And then we went to Tan's yoga session. My new friend who runs a yoga studio. At 6:30 we got there, and the session started around 7, lasted for 3 hours in total, but the time didn't feel like that long. It happened really fast, because we were all immersed in it. I filmed some, but not a lot, not everything. I was just present. I still got lots of thoughts though. I remember I couldn't be very peaceful. I would say I was having lots of thoughts. I didn't sleep much. That's probably one reason. Other reason, I just felt so excited and high on life after meeting so many cool people. And I met another new friend at the yoga studio, yoga session. He's kind of late, but we introduced ourselves. And he's a tattoo artist. He runs a tattoo shop here. I think he's been a tattoo artist for 9 years now. He got tat up everywhere. Yeah, just even his scalp. He's a really genuine, nice, kind person. I could tell. Just from my experience, from my instincts, I like him a lot. We just talked a bit after the session. And then, the yoga session went really well, as I mentioned. My mom had a bit rough time because it was actually strenuous. Not strenuous, it was kind of like an exercise, It's supposed to be an exercise, I think. It was demanding physically. We sweated and got stretched really well. Again, I just got impressed by Mr. Tan. I actually should call him Teacher Tan. He is absolutely a great teacher. I just want to say life is amazing if you keep your heart open, letting yourself be accepted by others and you accept others. Life is truly amazing. You can't even imagine what kind of people you will meet later, the next moment. incidents after incidents, and still life could be complicated. Things might not go as the way you planned, and we don't have a perfect life, and that is already perfect. We don't want a perfect life. We don't want like being happy we want to be happy all the time, but sometimes we can't. We can learn though, becoming happy in every circumstance unconditionally, because this is one life we live. If you're not happy, what's the reason? Figure it out. Dig deep. Let it go. We all will learn how to let it go. Let the stress go, let the thoughts go, let the anticipation, let the expectation, let the frustration, anger, let the hate, let the whatever, burden go. Let them go. Yeah. So the yoga sessions ended at 10. I went back. I thought I'll just have a nice sleep to make up the sleep I lost the night before. And then I all of a sudden realized my grandpa is still in the hospital, and my uncle called my mom notifying her that he's already back to the hometown because he has a shop, a barber shop. He also sells some stuff, and approaching the Chinese New Year, it's getting really busy, so he needs to be back to help my aunt and make some money. I understand that, but no one is here accompanying my grandpa, so I came at 12 a.m. last night. I didn't get much sleep. I actually got up a few times to help my grandpa to pee. He got some cardiovascular problem, 心衰. I don't know how to translate that. I need to look up that word in English. He's doing well, but his condition is kind of serious. We need to be very careful. So we might just spend the Chinese New Year, he especially will spend the Chinese New Year in the hospital this year. And we will all visit him for sure. I'm already here. I've been here, and I'm gonna stay here tonight as well. So I did experience something new that I never experienced before. I've stayed in hospital before, accompanying my mom, accompanying my friend, accompanying my grandpa. Maybe I didn't stay overnight, but yeah, with my grandpa, with this grandpa, my mom's dad, it was my first time accompanying him in the hospital alone, because there was no other people, no other patients in the room. When I walked in, he was there. He was awake. He was actually about to get up to pee. He has lots of like wires, just monitors, attached to his chest, and he was also getting infusions, I think, something like that. So I just feel so I don't feel good for my grandpa. Like it's lonely, being old, fragile, and sick in the hospital late night. That feeling, you hear some bell, you hear the monitors, and you are there alone. It's not a great feeling. Yet I feel I was blessed being able to accompany him for a night like that, because that would be remembered for a lifetime. And he would also be really happy when he thinks about his grandson comes so late to accompany him for one night while he was there alone. So I wish him health soon, good health again. Yeah. Okay, I need to go get some water now. I've talked so much for 45 minutes now. I appreciate you listen to the end. Thank you. Bye.